digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Hello, sorry, I was a little bit late there. I normally would come in straight away, but yeah, I don't know why. I won't make myself a cup of tea and I forgot to bring myself into my own stream. What an idiot. Guys, good evening and welcome to this THFC to a Die show. Newsbeat episode number, God knows how many, I have to check later. I just want to say thank you. We are very, very, very close to have 1 million views on this channel. I think today we will tip into that 500,000 views. I think once all the views are all sorted out by YouTube and by all their algorithms and everything like that, I think we will top into that. So look, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that's watched any videos, all the videos we put out on this channel. Look, it's our birthday coming up on the I think it's 23rd of August. And look, last time I did check, we were sitting at 498,624. I know after today's stream, we are going to tip into that 500,000 views. I never thought in my 23rd of August, we did our first stream. And by the 2nd of August, in 4 years, we've nearly tipped 500,000 views. I want to say thank you to everyone to watch that. We will do a stream on that. When we do, I'll probably do a pre-record once we hit that magic number 500,000. 500,000 people to watch me, to watch this channel, watch myself, Colin, Tequila, James, and people that have been on here before. Yeah, it is quite amazing. It's quite staggering. I can't get my head around that. But anyway, I want to welcome a few people in. Do pick up your memberships, because if you're not a yeah, we're trying to give members a lot more for their buck. So what we do, I know it's not fair on everyone. Your comments will be read out.
but if you're a member, they will be brought up. It's just to really make it fair on members. And look, you can pick up a membership as tiny as 99 cents. There's loads of membership stuff coming up, guys. So if you can do that, it helps us, and it helps us on our way to become a bigger channel and a better channel to give you the better content that we know we can give you. I want to say big up to Giant68, big up Dermo panel and chat. It's just me solo tonight. He also said if we don't get a new forward line, we might not concede as many goals as last season. But we may not get as many goals either with the current lineup. Front line lacks quality in depth. Big up to David Clark from Leicester. Big up to you, David. Giant says, I see Paulinia, welcome to Spurs. Yeah, I just read that. He signed also. Simon Cohen has said the same thing. Mr. E has said, big up to you, Mr. E, coming in. Big up to DJ AK coming in. Big up to audio. Is the audio a bit naff, is it? All right, hang on. Why is this is yeah, that's fine.
How's that? Is that better? Let me know if that's better. Big up to you, DJ AK. Big up to Boris. Big up to Giant Help. Is that better now? Let me know if that is better. And I'll just get Adam McFarden, McAtee, Elliott, Moon, job done. I don't understand what that means. Cheers, Giant. Cheers, Giant 68. Big up to you, Paul Brown, as well. Big up. Guys, do pick up your memberships. It does give you a lot of priorities. It gives you priorities for comments. It gives you priorities as well when we're doing member shows, that you get a chance to come on our shows. Look, as I said, memberships are only 99 cents. So if look, it's not even €1 or £1. And look, I know times are hard. That's why we've made it as low as we can for you guys, so you to become a member. So pick up your memberships. 99 cents a year or 99 pence a month. It's not a lot of money in a big scheme of things. And yeah, I know we've got other tiers on there, but that is the cheapest tier we have. Look, 99 cents or pence helps us greatly. You have no idea how much it does help us. Helps us get new graphics. It helps us get new equipment. It helps. 99 pence goes a long way. You add them all up, you can buy yourself a new mic or a new camera and stuff like this. Because putting these shows together, we do put a lot of our own money into it. We're not bankrolled by any big sponsors. I mean, even the channel sponsor we've got for private internet access, you know, that depends. That depends on you guys helping us out as well. We're not bankrolled by big sponsors, so a lot of this is paid out of our own pocket. And you know, if you decide to give us 99 pence or cent, it does go a long way. And you know, we're going to try to do more member stuff this year, so this season. So guys, do that. And then Adam says, "Where's this exciting news?" So I never said there was exciting news. So I don't know what you're on about. I only give the news that I'm allowed to give you, and the give you. I never say anything about exciting news or anything like that. So I don't know what you're on about, Adam. Right, we did play Newcastle today. I was going to do the show tonight, was all about that game. I'm going to get the thoughts of the players, going to get the thoughts of the manager. But I think events has overtaken that, especially with the likes of Maddison now with his injury. And the forward line, where I think Tequila put it rightly in the comments today during the watch line, where's our striker? And no disrespect to Richarlison, he ain't the striker. Solanke's injured. And I was watching Sean Butler, and that gave me I wasn't trying to pinch the idea from Sean. Big up to you, Mr. Butler, Spurs Talk TV, but it really got me thinking. And I wasn't going to do a show tonight, actually. It really got me thinking. Our forward line is absolutely weak. And especially now with Solanke injured, especially now Maddison could be out for the season. We really do desperately know to go out and buy some forward players to improve the forward line, to improve it, to make us score goals, to help us win games and get draws in games, win games. We need this proper number 9. We need a number 10 now. And Kulu, for what I can understand, I think Kulu won't be back to the springtime or early spring. Maddison's possibly out for the season, so you lost your 2 number 10s already. Okay, we know Kudos can play in that number 10 role. What happens if he gets injured? Then you've got no one. So, yes, we have signed Polunia today on loan. Yes, he is a number 6. I think Sean is right when he says everything has to go into the forward line now, into getting a left winger. Sonny's left today. Sonny didn't get on the team bus, apparently. He's left in the car to go to America to sign for LA Football Club. You know, everything has to be driven into this. And I agree with Sean with this. Everything now, between now and the end of the window, has to be about getting a cam, a striker, a left winger. It has to be them three positions have to be filled by the first of the things. And we have to now. We've got to put our money where the mouth is. And you know, we've spent too big of 60 million. I just don't know. I just don't know where we're going with this, because we haven't been proactive in the transfer market. And you know, we need a striker, for God's sake. I mean, Solanke, I know Solanke, look, for me, Solanke isn't the player to get you 15, 20 goals a season. He's a player to work hard and create something, all right. But he's not the player to get you 20, 15, 20 goals a season. And also with Richarlison, I'm sorry, he needs to move on. He needs to go. We've lost Sonny. Where are we going with this? With a forward line with Brennan Johnson, who I thought today had a quite good game, actually, Brennan Johnson today, to be fair. I thought that was his best game in pre-season. You know, and just this James Madden thing, it seemed to bring everything to a head now. And that's what it is. Big up to Mr. Brady. He says, Maddison's injury is a blessing in disguise. Absolutely no excuse not to buy a number 10. Also a winger and a left back. I think, Philip, you forget your left back. I think we can deal with that in January. I think you've got to focus on your forward line. You've got to focus on the striker. Sorry, I'll be... So for me, I'm just going to send a link to somebody. Sorry. So just give us 2 minutes. So no, that's sent. We need a left. Yeah, I know we need a left back, Philip, but I think you would agree we need forward lines as quickly as possible. I don't think it is, David. I look, everyone's entitled to put a title into the chat like they want to. If Philip wants to put something in, he puts something in. He's a paying member. I know you're a subscriber. But if Philip Brady wants to put something in, if Adam McFarlane or Giant68 wants to put something in, they're entitled to. And to call it a dumb statement, it's his opinion. He's entitled to his opinion, like everyone else is on this channel. You know, I don't agree with everything you say. Do I say to you, oh, David, you made a dumb statement? No, I don't. I treat it with the respect and the respect that it deserves. Not everyone's going to agree with everyone's comment, or not everyone's going to agree with everything. I mean, Tequila don't agree on Levy and some of the stuff he does, but Tequila shows me the respect with my opinion, and I show him the respect with his opinion. I've now come round to his way of thinking on some of the things, to be fair, and his argument is a very good argument. But it's not fair attacking somebody else in the chat. Just put in a comment, and I feel that's very unfair and not fair and not right at all. It's not a dumb statement. It does. Well, I don't do whatever you want, David, but I'm sorry, I don't agree with it. All right, look, just keep it civil in the chat. That's all I'm going to say. Just keep it civil, please, in the chat. Where was I? Oh yeah. Where was I? I wish I was in the pub getting drunk. That's what I wish I was. Anyway, yeah, Millet Jazz, you are right on Millet. I'm trying to get some news if I can on Millet, by the way. And look, I don't agree. I mean, Philip does come back without the injury. Levy might not buy. Not Domino. I agree that as bad as the injury is, as bad it is his same knee. And look, we don't want to see players get injured, not at all. But life throws you curveballs sometimes. Things happen in life. I feel sorry for him because it's a World Cup year. He may have just seen his World Cup dream go up in smoke. And for a player that wants to play in the World Cup next year, sorry, David, I'm going to have to put you on timeout. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm not having this. I'm sorry. Or did I ban or put my timeout? I don't know. I don't know. Did I? No, I do you know what? I'm sick of people's entitled to their opinions. There's comments in that I don't. Yeah, it's been dealt with, Philip. So don't worry. It's been dealt with. It's been dealt with. I just want to do the show peaceful. It's been dealt with. He's been timed out, and if it carries on, he will be banned. And that goes for everyone else as well. That goes for members and non-members. Everyone treats everyone with respect in this channel. I'm not having this anymore. People come in here to watch a stream on Tottenham and get their views out. If somebody wants to put a comment in, I get it. It might be sometimes a little bit different from yours, but you treat it with the respect that it deserves. And if you can't treat it with the respect that it deserves, then don't comment, just watch. Nobody's forcing you to put a comment into the show. But yeah, I mean, big up to you. Oh. You did miss drama, Tequila. Lucky you. You did miss the drama. I think Tequila was spot on with it, and I said it earlier, and I think he was right when he said, "Where's the striker?" We didn't have a striker. Only Richarlison came on. And I just feel that I just feel with our forward line, it isn't good enough, and it hasn't been good enough for months, for years. Did we get away with it? Problem with it, yeah, we have gotten away with it. But if you look, Brennan Johnson was our leading goal scorer last season. And somebody does say it in the chat. Somebody does say it in the chat. Where was it? Who said it? Kind of fight now. Oh yeah, big up to Giant. Giant says, do you try Johnson as a number 9? I would. I've said this before, I would. I think he has the talent. I think he has the knack of getting in the right places at the right time. I really do. I really do think he has that. Do a lot of people agree with me? No. Not a lot of people agree with me whatsoever. But I think I don't know what Tequila or Philip or yourself or all the people watching think. I think he can make it as a number 9. I think he's got the talent. I think he has. You got Lancashire there. You've got, look, Dean Scarlett's gone out on loan again. Is Dean Scarlett ever going to make it? No. I think Simmons will go to Chelsea. I can't see him coming to Tottenham. I think that's already been sewn up. I think he's waiting for a call for Arsenal, to be fair. I think he's just waiting for that to happen. Look, I love Eze. That would sort out our number 10 role. Would Jack Grealish sort out the left-hand side? I think it would. I think that left-hand, I think Grealish on the left-hand side would be really exciting. Him on one side, Kudus on the other. Because I think Grealish offers you something. I think Grealish offers you that little bit of unpredictability, a little bit of madness on the left-hand side, where he takes on his man. And I said it on the stream a couple of nights ago, was how many free kicks or penalties did he get England in that European Championships? He got quite a lot. How many times has he done that for Manchester City? Quite a lot. How many times did he do it for Aston Villa? I think going to Man City was the falling of him. Yeah. Oh Lord. Why does Grealish scare you, Jazz? I'd love to know that. Can we not? I would like to know. Get Grealish on loan? Yeah, I would. I don't know what you. Big up to you, Nita, as well. Good evening, madam. Hope you're doing well. Would I get Grealish on loan? I would love to. I think it'd be, I don't know what the guys think. I don't know what the Tequila who's in the chat thinks. Grealish on loan. Would he be happy with that? Kudos on the right, Grealish on the left. But just to give you a little bit of an update, what James brought up earlier, we'll get back to the James Maddison thing in a minute. Well, actually, we'll start with that. And then we'll get into the transfers that James brought up earlier. One of them is a striker. Yeah, exactly. Tequila says, yes, it's better than Mehev. Exactly. If you are free, Tequila, if you want to come in, you're more than welcome. You got the link to come in and have your say. Maddison looks like he could be an LCA tear, season-ending injury. Worst case here would be an ACL rupture, and he's looking at 9+ months for a return to play, about 18 months for a return to our pre-injury levels. Oh, it's just heartbreaking for him. And nobody was around him. He just went down. He turned on his knee and went down. And with the World Cup year as well, I really feel for him. I think we all do. That is a picture of Maddison leaving the stadium today. You can tell he was on crutches. I think James, who does shows with us as well, one of our colleagues, had a knee injury, and he was on crutches for a long time. So he'd be the one to really explain to you guys. Maybe I'll get him to do a pre-record. I might do a pre-record in the week about this knee injury and what to expect from Maddison from the operation to get him back to full fitness, what it might entail. I will speak to him about that. But that was him leaving today, which is really sad. Thomas Frank, it's most likely he has a bad injury. We need to be honest with that. It's the same knee as the previous one, so he's done the same knee as he did before. Injury, of course, we don't know the full assessment of it, so we need to see that. Yet there has to be a full assessment. There has to be scans, I suppose. When would they do them scans? Would James Maddison go directly back to England? I would think so. I think the rest of the squad will go to Germany, which I think where they're heading to for the Bayern Munich friendly on Thursday. But will James Maddison probably head straight back to Hotspur Way to get that sorted out? Look, it's very sad on the day that Sonny left as well. And it's sad because tonight you want to talk about Sonny, don't you? Tonight you want to talk about what he done at Tottenham for the last 10 years. You want to celebrate the 10 years Sonny had. You want to talk about the game and the players that impressed tonight. I thought Kingsley did today. Good evening.
One sec, Tommy.
All right, man. I think, you know, players like today, Archie Gray played well. I know Sean Butler said that when I watched his video, and he did play well today. Just our front three is absolutely non-existent. And
no, I don't. I've been saying it for weeks.
You have been saying it for weeks, by the way. Philip Brady put in a point here, one of our members. Big up to Philip Brady. This what started the madness off. But
yeah, I have read back.
Do you think he has a point that it could be a blessing in disguise? I know what he's getting at. He's sorry for the injury, but would this now force Levy to go out and buy a number 10 and get a Jack Grealish on loan? And who do you want as the number 10? Who would you love Levy to go out and say, do you know what? I want him. He's going to be a good player for us.
I mean, big up to Philip. He says what he thinks, and I, as somebody who does the same thing, I can at least respect that, mate.
Yeah.
It gets both you and me into trouble, Phil. You know that by now, both of us.
Horses'
maybe
heads coming down to each of us, Tequila.
Maybe I would have phrased it differently. I get the gist
Yeah.
of what Philip's saying, and maybe I would have phrased it differently, but yeah, there was no need for the.
I get what he's saying.
There was no need for the aftermath. I mean, let's try to be mature if we can. As for is it a blessing? I mean, if you want to look at it, is Levy more likely to? If you want to just look at it coldly, is Levy more likely to spend money now on a 10 than he was for the injury? Yes.
Yeah.
Of course he is. Does that mean he's gonna?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to wait and see about that one.
There you go, Tequila. That's from Philip.
There you go, mate.
I don't know what solidarity means, but I will find out later.
Solidarity, it means we agree. We both agree on the same thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, of course, nobody wants to see it. He's one of our better players. I don't think he's our best player, but he's one of our better players. He's certainly one of our most creative players. That being said, remember that we were in for Gibbs White as well as him. So Frank must have already been thinking, sorry, dude, my mic's a bit far away. That's why I'm so quiet. Give me a sec.
No, you can't.
So you must have already been thinking that we need more creativity, but now it's going to be even more paramount because now one of our most creative players is now probably out for the season.
Do you know, we've not just lost him, we've lost Sonny as well. And I don't think Odegaard and Mateus Tell, I know James says plays Mateus Tell on the left. I don't think them on the left are going to do it this season. I think they're talented players, Tequila, but they're not world beaters. If you're going in the Champions League, you look today, Newcastle killed us down that left side. Absolutely murdered us down that left side. And we haven't got a striker that I know you said in the chat, where's our striker? And I said, oh, Richarlison's coming on. And you did make the joke, Dermo. I mean, I did laugh what you put in, by the way, but it's true. We don't have a forward line. And you've been saying this for how long?
Well, I was saying it last summer, dude, and the answer was Solanke. And although I don't think he's a terrible player, I don't think he was the answer.
No.
And a year down the road, Richarlison, we've got to cut bait on Richarlison. Levy won't want to take the hit, but that's on him for paying as much as he did. That's on him and no one else, right?
Yeah.
He's going to have to take the hit. He's going to have to take the hit because he ain't going to get his 50 million back. He needs to slash that in half and hopefully he can get half that.
Yeah.
And just take it.
Yeah. James did come out with some players today. These are them here. Kulo for 50 million from PSG. Enzo Malia, which some of the people in the chat are saying that is something we could go with. A 17 million release clause to Stuttgart. We've got Carla Mendes Duz, 30 million from Rennes. I got a little bit on him. And Ujo, undisclosed, Barcelona, who is the defender, by the way. Do you agree with Sean Butler when he said, I watched his video earlier on, guys, so please do get over to Spurs talk. I forget what's
Spurs
Sean
Talk
Butler's.
Show.
Thank you. It's called Thank You Spurs Talk Show. Thanks, Tequila. He said Tottenham need to abandon anything with defenders and they just need to, the next 4 weeks, get forward players in. Do you agree with that?
No, because we need another left back.
But do you think that could be left? Do you think we've got enough defenders to cover that left side?
No. No, well, ask yourself this, Dermo.
Yeah.
How many games do you want Ben Davies playing at left back this season? Honestly.
None.
Right then, we need left back.
We need left back. Okay, fair enough. No, I was just thinking, would you put Van der Ven out there, who can play left wing back, by the way? He has the pace.
At a pinch, but I think you want to put your best players in your best positions, and I think Danzo's decent. I don't think he's as good as Romero or Van der Ven. So if we're playing against the really tough teams, you know, the kind of matches I'm talking about, the big boys in the Premiership or the big Champions League nights.
Yeah.
Do you really not want to be starting your first choice centre halves, and then you want a quality left back? I think Ndogi's. I think I like Ndogi more than a lot of people because I saw his potential, but I think he also was bought for Conte in a 5-3-2. But that's another matter, and a 5 at the back.
Yeah.
But I think he's good enough to do a job at left back. But we need someone else in. I know Spence can play that. I get it. I know he can, but you need
a
two,
right back then.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You need two quality
Yeah.
players competing for each position. It's been like that since time began, Dermo.
Yeah, it is.
They need to change. We need another left back. We do.
Yeah, and so that means then again you are focusing on the recruitment team, Daniel Levy, Vinny, and Lang and Paratici to get the fingers out of their backsides and get something done, because we've been so slow. I mean, I know we signed Polonia today on loan, which it's great, but it's not what we need now. We desperately need this striker, this cam role. Kulu won't be back until spring, apparently. Madison's out for the season, I would say. That's his World Cup absolutely up in smoke. And not many players get to play in the World Cup. How many World Cups can you play in the whole football career? 1 or 2, if you're lucky.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance, and you know, he won't want to hear this, but he's probably not going to hear this anyway. But Madison's England career could very much be over.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he's going to be he's not going to get into the World Cup, and then he'll be 2 years older by the time the next European champions come around. And there's a lot of youngsters who are nipping at his heels, dude. And he's far from getting into the team already. So hate to say it, because I've got nothing against the lad, but his international career might be might be it. Dermo, I think we need 5 players, mate. I know we're not going to get 5, but you're asking me.
I agree with you. I mean, I would love to think who them 5. Look, Conor Gallagher could be one of them 5 players for me. No, I didn't make it. I knew you and me went through this last summer, didn't we? Every stream we went through. He's coming.
I just feel like that. Look, think how many players are in the world, Dermo.
I know.
Why are we obsessed with this guy? I mean, he's a decent player. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's a decent player, but why is he like the only player in the world in this position that we're interested in?
He must be anyway. I know. Anyway, Football Insider, but who are they? We got our better insiders. Thomas Frank plots move for former Chelsea midfielder as he plots summer revamp. Football Insider reports that Frank could look to bring in Atletico Madrid's Gallagher through any deal with the Spaniards. Giants will be difficult to pull off due to the fact they have already loaned Rodrigo De Paul to Inter Milan, and the midfielder will cost an excess of 50 million quid. He ain't 50 million quid's worth of tap player, by the way. 25, 30 at the most. He's not 50 million. I don't want you thinking it, Tequila.
He's English, man. That's why. Why?
Is that the reason why? Seriously?
Well, it seems to be. They always talk about this English tax, even though he's coming from a Spanish team. It just seems to still apply, as silly as it is, doesn't it?
Need new government.
Telling me.
Yeah. I did like your comment earlier today, by the way, what you said. That I did find it very funny. I have looked into ways for that to happen, so I've got a few things for you to do, and also I've got Dublin Airport on standby for you as well. We've got a private airport ready for you to come. Don't worry.
I need the best for Simon Jordan.
Yeah, me and the Godfather have been talking, and we've got a private jet for you. Yeah, private jet for you. A couple of dancers on there for you, and Mr. Blobby's fine. You're playing.
As long as he's not doing the dancing, I'll be all right.
Anyone that remembers No House Party, Mr. Blobby, I still laugh. I must admit, I used to love watching that. Spurs, this is what James said earlier. Spurs have held informal discussions with Stade Rennes. 30 million for this highly rated League One striker. League One. I don't know how you pronounce French. I think it's League One striker. Discussions with the player and players camp now underway. Spurs moving fast. Defend of interest from other Premier clubs. Now, Rennes have given Spurs permission to speak to his representatives. This is a striker we need. But do you know what? Maybe this lad could be good, Tequila. But I still think we should have went for Vlahovic. At least we know he's a striker that's got pedigree behind him.
Look. We're shopping in
Audi.
I don't really want to insult Aldi. I quite like Aldi. Lidl. There
So
you
do
go.
I actually. How about what's the worst shop you can think of?
Pound Stretcher.
Yeah.
If you've even heard of them, Dermo, over here.
No, we've
I
got
think they
Don
might have
Deal.
gone bankrupt by now. Actually, Poundland, Pound Stretcher.
Poundland. So you got Poundland, and we have Don Deal over here.
Yeah. Look, I'll be honest, right? I'm not a connoisseur of the French league, right? I'm not. So all I know is that we seem to be shopping in a market that we could have been shopping in had we not qualified for the Champions League. Do you catch my drift?
I do. That there's a bigger market we could shop in because we've qualified for the Champions League, and we should be shopping in Harrods or Tesco's or Sainsbury's or Morrison's, that sort of thing. And
this is why, Dermo, and I've said it multiple times, and people cannot like it. This is why I've said about Daniel Levy never taking
a risk,
the opportunity when we get into these power positions, right? For lack of a better term.
Yeah.
And again, this is why so many of us were kind of, unfortunately, it turned out to not be the case, excited about the Morgan Gibbs White, because that double transfer, had that come off, that is the kind of stuff you do when you're a Champions League club. That is the kind of stuff you do. What's happened is, unfortunately, that's broken down, and we seem to have gone back to what we do. Yeah. Unfortunately,
I don't think the Morgan Gibbs White was Spurs' fault. I more think it was the Forest owner. Being I mean, even that video now, I watched it the other day to get it. Morgan Gibbs White does not look happy.
He's making the best of a bad situation. I'm sure if you talk to him privately, you can bet your ass he wanted to get more money, but you can also bet your backside that Spurs would probably be matching that wage. I imagine that Spurs probably offered him a similar wage to what Forest have got. I bet you. So he was going to get that money no matter what.
Yeah. Spurs have held informal discussions with Barcelona about defender Ronald Araujo. Spurs have on the player, but could be bought in to replace Rudu Draxler if he were to depart. Now that is the thing, that Rudu would go into Milan, so Spurs were bringing another defender to replace the defender. But why not use some of the younger kids like an Ashley Phillips, or you got Luca there? Do we really need to bring in another defender?
I wouldn't say it's the most obvious position where we should be going for, Dermo. Like, if there really is such a limited amount of money left, then no. I mean, I don't think our centre backs are all amazing. I think we've got three. I would say that we've got three good centre backs.
Yeah.
And then I think it's a bit of a drop off to some kids. Hopefully they can get a bit better. But no, dude, we need a left back. We now need a number 10. We need a left back. We need a left winger. We need a proper striker. I'd even say we need another 8 who's a bit more creative and a better passer of the ball than what we've got. We're not going to get all them.
I would not. Do you know what feels me? That over the last, say, I don't know, 6-7 years, right? I feel we've really mismanaged this squad, this rebuild of this squad that we started after the Poch squad started being sold off.
Yep, 100%.
And I feel that Daniel Levy thought, hang on, it worked on the Poch. We bought him with young players. He molded them into a team that, look, you and me sort of disagree on how successful they were, but they did go for heights that, you know, we never really see in the Premier League, to be fair. Third in the league, second in the league. The Leicester one, we should have won that. And again, that's mismanagement by the owner by not helping them in that January with players to help us over the line. I just think, I'm beginning to think the same as you, Tequila, that it's the same old, same old. It's just we're reverting back to, and I don't want it to be. That's the thing. I don't want it to be same old, same old. I want it to be different. I want you to come on and say, do you know what, Dermo? Do you know, maybe I was wrong about Levy and Lang and that. They've done a really great window. And for you to be excited. And that's what I want, but we're not getting that, are we? I know transfers are hard to do. You know that as well as I do. We're not silly people. We do realize the real world. But you are right when you say we're shopping in as like a thing over here called St. Vincent de Paul, which helps the poor people. we're shopping in them shops, and like Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City are shopping in Harrods. But do you feel the top four, or do you feel we're in the top seven, right, of the big clubs in the Premier League? Do you feel that are we ahead of Villa and Newcastle?
I was convinced last season that they were significantly better managers than what we had. I think we've upgraded the manager. This is my opinion, of course.
Yeah.
So I think we've closed the gap from that. But I'm somebody who thinks Emery's an amazing manager, by the way.
Oh, he is.
I would kill to have him at Spurs. I know he's ex-Arsenal. I told you about this years ago. I know he's ex-Arsenal, but he left them badly. So he would like to get some revenge on Arsenal, for the record. So I think he could fit in very nicely at Spurs. So I already rated Emery very highly, maybe higher than others did. So I think we've closed the gap in that way. I think man for man, our squads, I think they're slightly better. I think Newcastle are better. I think Villa's slightly better. I think Newcastle's better than Villa, but not by much. I don't think there's much.
Yeah.
I think there's still time for us to close it.
Yeah,
I'm not convinced we will. With the names you're mentioning, I'm not convinced we're going to.
No.
But I could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong. But
does that mean then? Sorry. Yeah. Does that mean if we make very good signings then in the last 4 weeks of the window that you might change your mind by then? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you over. I just wanted to put that in. Does it all depend how we finish the window?
Well, yeah. And see, Levy's made a little bit of a rod through his own back with this one. I'll tell you why. Because now that the Morgan Gibbs White transfers fell through, right? And okay, for whatever it doesn't, I don't even care really whose fault it was anymore. It's done. It's over. We have to move on. But the money obviously was there, right? So where's that 65 million or whatever, right? So I'm assuming that's still in the funds, right?
Yeah.
So let's be spending that then. Now, on what position now? Because of what happens to Maddison, that makes it all the more harder because now you have to weigh up what. So you tell me then, Dermo. We need 4 or 5.
Yeah.
We know we're not going to get them.
Yeah.
What do? Do you cut that? Let's assume, for argument's sake, we've got 65 left. Just because we know we knew we were willing to pay it, right? For Gibbs White. What do, Dermo? You buy one player at the top echelon for 65 of a Morgan Gibbs White kind of quality. If we can, of course, we've got to convince the player and everything. But if we can, or do you slash that in half and get 2? Or do you go even more crazy like Tottenham tend to do? And you spend that 65 and you bring in 4 players of 15 million each, which it sounds like we might be doing in that route. What do you do?
For me, I agree with people in the chat, and I agree with James here. You go for Grealish on loan with an option to buy or an obligation to buy. So you kick that down the road for a season. There's your left winger sorted out. We know Eze's thing, what do you call it? His release clause has now passed. So I think Palace will want stupid money for Eze. So I think you knocked that on the head. Though the deal was 95% done. It was the last bit that we couldn't get over the line. If that's still active, then you try to get that over the line. I think you go for a packet. I don't know what you call him, the West Ham
Paqueta.
He plays as an 8 or a 10. So I think that solves both problems for you. Yeah. But then you're left with a striker then. You need at least 3 players in that forward line. Then do you say then to say Kulu comes in, right? You get Kulu money from I think where's he from? Kulu, he's from Juventus. So you get him in. You get Grealish on loan, and you get Paqueta from West Ham.
That would be too much though, because if it's 50 million for the striker, you're not going to get Paqueta for 25.
No, you won't. But you get well, then you have to make a decision. Where is your priorities? Is it? I mean, Tottenham have said Tottenham hold extreme interest in Simmons, Eze, and Rodgers. Well, Simmons we know is going to Chelsea. Eze, we've been talking about Eze all summer again, and which is really getting to my nerves. We should get it done on Rodgers. However, all 3 deals seem to be extremely difficult for their own reasons. Tottenham also appreciate Nico, Paz, El Canos, and Izzo Millet. They want to sign a number 10 this week. Now, this is from Tottenham Talk on X. Again, you take this with a pinch of salt. Again, you take everything you read on X with a pinch of salt, unless it's confirmed otherwise. But the Grealish on loan, let's do that one first, Tequila. Does that make sense? A loan deal for Grealish?
If money is a bigger problem as it's appearing it is, then if all we do have is, I mean, people in the chat are saying money for Sonny. You're right. That's not. I'm not including incomings. We'll have to see how much we get. Yes, but by rule, you think that we would be able to add the transfers we get. You know as well as I do that Tottenham don't actually normally work that way. We might get a percentage of it, but it probably won't. We'll get all of it. But you're right. If we sell Sonny for 30 million, if that's what it ends up being, then you can say, well, yeah, well then we should be able to afford Paqueta and that striker, right? Yeah. Technically, I agree. I think, Dermo, though, Grealish on loan, considering the number 10, if the number 10 injury might not have happened, maybe I'd feel differently. But if all we've got to work with, for argument's sake, is 65 million plus any incomings, then if we really aren't going to shift players like Richarlison, players like Bissouma, who I think we should be, and bring in some money that way to help cover this, if we're not going to be doing that, and we suck at selling players nowadays, if you haven't noticed, so then I think a loan for Grealish with an option to buy, only an option, not an obligation, an option. If we're prepared to meet the wages, or if City are prepared to subsidise whatever is half of his wages, probably at least, I'd imagine, then that covers the left wing. Then you could get Paqueta. I'm fantasy booking a little bit of fantasy buying.
I know you are.
This isn't Football Manager. Wish it was. No. Paqueta and then the striker. Then if you got money for Sonny, I think that you'd do it. As for somebody in the chat, what about the left back? We don't get one. As much as I want one, you can't get them all. So that's it.
You push the left back to January then?
You just have to hope that nothing happens to Jed Spence. Because if something happens to Jed Spence, then it is Ben Davies at left back. I tell you.
He got murdered today down that left side.
And Jed Spence will become one of the most crucial players in the bloody team because he'll be covering right back and left back. So you better hope he doesn't get injured.
I think Gerard's right. There's two top-heavy deadwood. Many must be moved on. Basuma should be moved on. You are right there, Tequila. Dragson needs to be moved on as well. I think that releases money as well. So what would you get for Basuma? What would you look for? 20, 25 million?
I think if you get, I think we paid 32 or something.
Yeah.
Can you say he's progressed?
I think he has.
From the Brighton days, do you really think so?
I not much, but I think he has progressed a little bit. I think this preseason he was good. I must admit he is playing better. He's determined this preseason, whatever's got into his head. So yeah, and then you were sell with Richarlison as well. So there's three players that we could get money for.
People in the chat are being even more critical than I am. I said 20, so they're saying 15. 15. So that's 15.
Kraken should be bought back.
Yeah, 15 for Bissouma. I'll say 20 for argument's sake. Dermo's saying that he's improved, and I don't know how much you asking for him. 35, Dermo.
35, yeah.
Good luck.
I'm deluded.
Yeah.
You should know that by now.
So let's say 20. The middle ground is 20, right? Yeah. Let's say 20. And then Richie, like I say, if you get half your money back for Richie, you've done well. So let's say we get 45 million for those two. That pays for Paqueta.
Yeah, it would.
Rumors are, it's not as simple as that because this isn't FIFA. Rumors are he's gettable for 40 million is what I heard, right? Yeah. So if that's true, then that technically could be done.
Yeah. We really need this week to pull out all the stops because we've got you've got the Europa Super Cup coming up in a week's time. After Bayern Munich, it's the Super Cup and then the start of the Premier League. So this week, Tottenham really, I mean, I don't know what Lang was doing out in South Korea. I'm sorry. He should never have been out there in the first place. He should have been left in Tottenham working his magic. Now, look, we know Isaac. Of course you can.
Very quickly. Yeah. I know that it probably can't happen now because Sonny's already said his goodbyes. After the Maddison injury, do you say to Sonny, you mind sticking around another year, mate?
Do you know what?
after this injury, because we're going to be losing Maddison for the season. It looks like surely Sonny's going to be. Surely they'd be like, well, you know what? We can't afford to buy a left winger to replace you anymore. We now need to go and buy a number 10. So can you hang out for another year?
Would it be would it be very Tottenham? It probably would be.
Damn funny. It'd be sad and funny at the same time.
It would be. How would you go to that with LA? Would you say to him, look, you can buy them, but could you loan them back to us for the season?
Well, you could do it that way, or you could just set up a future transfer. I mean, you could do that. You could say, look, we can't let him go this season, but you can sign you can either do it a pre-contract way, which I doubt Levy will do that because there'll be no money, but you can set the fee, and then you might have to reduce the fee a little bit because they might say, well, if we have to wait another year, he's going to be a year older, but you might have to drop the price a little bit. But come on, I'm sure something could be arranged. I know it's not going to happen. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, how do you feel about Sonny leaving though? Big up to Barnsley, Bramley, I think he's a new subscriber, and Neil O'Connor, both new subscribers. Big up to you both. One of them said 15 tops, Biss out contract, and Radu stays as he's injured. I forgot about Radu being injured, actually. Sonny today, I mean, you made the comment in the chat, Tequila, that he should have been left on for the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that was disrespecting him a little bit, taking him off in 70 minutes. I think he deserved the whole game, in my opinion.
The reason why sometimes they do these things is so that the player can get a round of applause when he's substituted. It puts a spotlight on him. I think that's what they were going for. I still would have preferred him, but I think that's most likely what the thought process was. I don't think it was a disrespect thing. I do think that whoever's call it was, let's assume it was Frank's, right? Let's hope it is Frank making those calls. He probably thought this when I put the number up, all the attention will go on Sonny, all the cameras will go on Sonny, and he will get those minutes as he leaves will be all his, and it will give the chance to the fans to all applaud him and stuff like that. So I think that's what they were going for. I don't think it's. I think you're reading. I think a little bit. I don't think it's disrespect. I think it was actually. It might have come across maybe the wrong way, which can happen. But I think it wasn't designed for that. It was meant to be to give him his flowers.
I get that. It's just my opinion. That was always just me personally. I understand what I was doing. I have to say the halftime show was good.
Wasn't that you looking at the ladies?
Yeah, it was. It was very good. You need to watch that, Tequila. You like that. No, you need to watch that bit.
I got Pornhub, bro.
Yeah, no, you don't need that. I'll send you a copy. Don't worry. I'll find it on YouTube somewhere. Very good. Very good singers as well, apparently. They remind me of the South Korean version of the Spice Girls.
Oh, God.
So they had the Baby Spice, Ginger Spice, and not David Beckham Spice. And
Posh Spice, Sporty Spice, whatever the last one was.
Yeah, Sporty Spice, yeah. Look, we're going to end up now, guys. Thank you all for watching. As I said, Tequila, at the start of the show, probably tomorrow we would have tipped into 500,000 views on this channel. Look, I don't think you and me, even when I started this channel nearly 4 years ago, and you've been with us now for nearly 2 years now, did you ever think we would tip into 500,000 views? It's mind-boggling, isn't it? Numbers like 500,000 people have watched us around this world.
Yeah, exactly. And in countries you've probably never even heard of or can't pronounce. So yeah, it's amazing. But YouTube's a great platform for that. Everybody uses YouTube. But no, big thanks to everyone who's watched us, even if they haven't subscribed. Anyone who's watched us, I think I've said this to you before. I'm happy with anyone who watches any of stuff. Yeah, we want you. Don't get me wrong. We still want you all to subscribe and grab your memberships. Don't get me wrong. We still want you to go get them, but we are grateful for anyone who watches. I think that's fair to say. Do grab your memberships because we are trying something new, aren't we, Tequila? We're trying to make members feel a bit more special. And I know it's hard with the people that just subscribe, but 99 pence or cent isn't a lot of money, is it? Really? No, we reduced the prices of the membership. So that the lowest tier is 99p. So we're realistic. We both live in today's world. We know that money is hard to come by. We also know there's 1,000 channels who ask for the same thing. None of us are silly. But it's the lowest price you can put on YouTube. You can't. I don't think you can put it lower than 99p. I did try 50 pence. It wouldn't let me.
Yeah, so it's the lowest it can be. It just shows a little bit of support, and then everyone gets a say, and you guys get to feel a bit more a part of the gang, so to speak. So
yeah, and you get to come into the membership group as well, which is filling up nicely at the moment, guys. So do become members. Find the link on the WhatsApp group and do go into that membership group, because there's some news goes in there, guys, that non-members get to see first before everyone else. Tequila, we're also proud to announce our sponsorship to private internet access for the new season, for the whole 25-26 season. Do you know, €42 for 2 years plus 4 months free. I use it, you use it as well, Tequila. It's great for 3 p.m. blackouts as well this season, for guys that when we're doing watch alongs, that you'll be able to watch the games with us. And when we do the post-match show, you members get to come on and talk to us about the game you've just seen. And for that price, Tequila, it's the best deal out there, isn't it? You look at NordVPN, you look at the other VPNs, they are very expensive. But private internet access, they look after you. Yes, we get a bit of a kickback from it. But as I said, it helps them, it helps you, it helps us, because we want to grow and get better equipment, graphics. And this is where the memberships come in as well, guys. It helps us keep doing what we love doing and improving stuff. But the VPN, Tequila, is probably the best out there on the market, I would say, at the moment.
yeah, it's half the price from some of the other kind of big boys.
Yeah.
So and it more or less does the same things. Go read the reviews for yourself. You'll see what I mean. But no, at that price, you can't really go wrong, Dermo. And also, as a double bonus, you get to support us. So that is a way you can support us. If you don't want to do the membership route and you want to support us that way, that works just as well, Dermo, doesn't it?
It does. And also, Tequila, you have a wonderful channel. I enjoyed watching you this afternoon. I had you on in the background. I was chilling out, and I had you on my phone. I was lying on the bed talking to Mrs. Tron, and she was over on the settee listening to radio. I had you on watching you killing grubs and being very much like I don't know, Captain America type thing. Nita says, big up, 99p shop are long gone. €2 gives you a bit more credibility, even from a stranger. Tottenham till we die. I know, but we try to be fair to people. We know times are tough out there, and that's the thing why we made the decision, wasn't it, Tequila? Times are tough out there. There's a living crisis out there.
Yeah, and like I say, we're realistic that most people in the world are hard up. If you're not hard up, then congratulations. I guess most of us aren't that way.
Yeah.
And we also know that there's lots of Spurs channels. We're not silly, and we're fans of some of the other channels, just like you guys are. You guys are not just fans of this channel. We're not silly. We know there's other Spurs channels as well, and it's difficult to support them all. You might like them all, like a lot of us do, but you can't support them all. So the lower the price they make it, the more you can throw stuff around. You can throw your love around a bit more. That's kind of what our thought process was,
Yeah, I that's the way I think. But look, you got a wonderful channel, Tequila. Do you want to tell people about it, where they can also find you on there as well as here, but they can find you on there?
Yeah, it's a Play Pouch. It's a gaming channel. I was just mucking around this afternoon. The stream Dermo's talking about. I was bored. It was Sunday afternoon. I wanted to chill out, so I thought I'll go chill out with some of the guys and just have a chat. And we had a conversation about wrestling, if that's your thing. And I played some Gears of War just to practice. So come join us. I'll put my link in. I'll put your link in as well, Dermo. You can talk about your Batman.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You're very kind.
I put the wrong one in, but that's for the VPN guys.
That's for the link for the private internet access.
Yeah. Bear with me. So talk about tell them about your Batman stuff.
Yeah, I've got a gaming channel called Double Dome Gaming, where tomorrow night I won't be doing the stream on here, guys. I'm having the day off. I'm knackered. So tomorrow night, I think 8 o'clock or 9. I think 8 o'clock. I'll be going live with Batman Arkham Knight episode 2. The game crashed at the end, so I don't know where I am on it, but I think I'm just about to go into Ace Chemicals to go and stop Scarecrow blowing up a massive bomb into Gotham. But yeah, it is good. There's a good storyline to it as well. There's a lot of the comics into this game that they do bring in, so it does get interesting as the game goes on. But yeah, tomorrow night 8, I've been live on Double Dome Gaming. I know Tequila, you're Tuesday on Chew with Alien.
I'm not sure. One of my friends on the channel will be doing Alien. Yeah, Tuesday at 10 or 11. I'm not sure. I think he might be doing it at 11. 10 or 11 p.m. on Tuesday for the final episode of Alien Isolation. If you like your Alien franchise, then go watch it. It's a scary game. Yeah, I know you don't like the horror games, Dermo, but it's
No,
fun
I
to
don't.
watch.
No.
It's fun to watch other people, even if you don't like it. It can be fun to watch other people get scared.
I need Colum to send me that list of games he wants me to do on Double Dum. I have to get him to send it to me again so I can pick one. But guys, thank you all for watching. Yes, look, I think we should end with Sonny. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you've done. In one word, I think Tequila, I speak for Tequila when we say thank you for everything, Sonny. You will be missed. You are a Spurs legend. But, you know, life goes on, doesn't it, Tequila? And Spurs move on. And all we're going to say, Tequila, I'm going to let you, if you could say one word to Mr. Levy now, what would it be? And we'll end off on that.
I'm going to go Simon Jordan, Dermo.
Okay, go on then.
Back the courage of your convictions, Danny.
Good night.
Eyes on the prize.